Hello viewers and welcome to the Legal Talk Show, proudly brought to you by Say What. My name is Debbie and today we are commemorating the World Social Justice Day, where we are saying it is important for social justice to be served for all on a global level. Now joining me in the studio today is a panel of three fine gentlemen. You know me, I always preach, women empowerment, but today I'm quiet about that because the gents are taking control. So I will allow for them to introduce themselves, starting with the man. In advance, but Makachena, please introduce yourself.
Thank you so much. Hello everyone. My name is Jasper Niwatiwa and I am a social worker by profession. I'm here representing the Say What call center. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Jasper.
Hello viewers, my name is Mashingise Tshaona. I'm a child protection officer from the Department of Social Development under the Ministry of Public Service, Labour and Social Welfare. I'm actually stationed at Highfield. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, sir.
Hello everyone, my name is Tatenda Mafunga. I'm the Junior Senator for Chijanje constituency and I'm a Junior Parliamentarian. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, gentlemen. So my panel is rich today: a social worker, child protection officer. Now, honorable. Allow me to call you honorable, sir. All right, so let's jump straight into it. I'll start with Mr. Mashingite. As we observe Social Justice Day, my first question would be, how does the juvenile system address the unique needs of children? Social Justice Day.
Okay, thank you very much. Like I said before, I'm coming from the Department of Social Development. That's the government arm that actually deals with issues to do with child protection and child welfare. And when we are talking of justice, justice in general, it's not only the adult people that needs access to justice.
Yes.
Even the children, they need access to justice. We deal with quite a number of issues that concerns children, especially when we are focusing on access to justice. Number one, we deal with children who are at variance with the law or children in conflict with the law. And these are children that commit various offenses, but they are categorized into three groups. The first one is those that are below the age of 7. Those ones, they don't commit offense according to the law. Then we have the second group, which is the 14 and below. Those ones, they can commit the offense, but they don't have the criminal intent. Then we also have the age group of those that are 14 years and above. Right. The manner we deal with this when it comes to access to justice is different, in the sense that, like I said before, those that are below 8, they don't commit an offense, but those that are below 7, they don't commit a crime. But those that are between 8 and 14, they can commit, but they don't have criminal intent. In other words, they don't plan to commit an offense. They don't. Normally, they are involved in issues that are not premeditated, to say. Then they're above 14. They are the ones that we say they can commit an offense. But you actually see that children do commit offenses not because they want to, but normally because of circumstances, probably maybe at home or at school, or from the community, influence from the community. So, as I said before, we are a government institution that deals with children in conflict with the law. Our mandate is to make sure that we attend to such children, ensuring that they have access to justice. The first thing that the government, through the Department of Social Development, has actually managed to do is to make sure that there are social workers or child protection officers at every district in the country to improve access to social justice to these children. Then those officers, they're also appointed as child protection officers. Usually we used to have probation officers, but we no longer have probation officers. We now have child protection officers according to the new law that we have on child protection.
Okay.
So we have countrywide at every district child protection officers that are there to make sure that they represent the will and the rights of these children who might be at variance with the law. That action of making sure that their officers are appointed at each and every district is a clear indication of the government's will to make sure that children have access to justice. Secondly, there are training institutions all over the country that are there to house children with that might need rehabilitation. You know, they popularly known as probation hostels.
Okay.
We have quite a number of them. We have North Kotia in Harare. We also have Mtare Probation. We have Kadoma. We have Blue Hills, Luveve in Mlawayo. There are many. The idea of setting up these training institutions is to make sure that justice is served to children through various ways, and one of them is by making sure that children are taken through the rehabilitative process to make sure that at the end of the day they accept the responsibility over whatever the crime that they might have committed, and actually they are taken through a process of helping them to understand how to live in the community and in the society, and to make sure that justice to them is served without affecting their development as children. Coming back to child protection officers that I have said are dotted all over the country, they are trained people who are actually equipped with the knowledge on how to handle, how to facilitate access to social justice, especially to children who are in need. In this case, I'm referring to children who might have committed an offense. Okay. We refer to them as children in need. Okay. When we are dealing with children, we don't label them as criminals, but they remain children. We don't want to use the word criminals because we feel like we might end up instilling criminality within them. So we would want to make sure that we keep on using the word a child, which is very important. Okay. So these are some of the programs that the department and the government are actually putting in place to make sure that social justice is actually delivered to children. Just yesterday, we were moving around doing some care plans for children who have been going through the justice system to make sure that they are fully reintegrated into the community and the community is actually accepting them, and also educating the community to understand how best can they help the process of delivering social justice to children, even when they are within communities, because it's not an issue that can only be handled with child protection officers in their offices. We need to have the community that is well equipped in understanding how best can they be of importance when it comes to helping children to access social justice. So these are some of the few things that I've highlighted that the government and the department through the child protection officers are putting in place to make sure that we have social justice to our children.
All right, thank you so much, sir. And I love how comprehensive the response was, because not only do we have an appreciation of what the government is doing, but how it is impacting the young people out there. How, like you said, because most people may not know that even if it's a child who's committed a crime, we don't call them a criminal. They still remain a child. But having an appreciation of the fact that they still remain a child, they still remain someone who needs our care, who needs our support, goes a long way. And while we're still in the walk of social justice, Mr. Social Worker, my question to you would be, how do you feel issues like climate change affect children's access to social justice, and maybe what role can you as social workers play in making sure that this is not too much of an effect on children?
All right, thank you so much. As we all know that climate change, it comes with problems on its own. Things to do with displacement and forced migration.
Yes.
So these things, we are saying that these things can, because like with hurricanes, we have floods, we have droughts. And all these problems, they affect the people that are in the community. And how do us as social workers come in the play to assist these people? We are saying that as these people are displaced from a place, children are being affected in terms of education. They are no longer going to school. There is the issues to do with access to health. So us as social worker, we are there to make sure that these people, they are linked with the resources that they want. Let's talk about the issues to do with education. The children's rights is saying that it is the right of a child to go to school. They have to learn. This is our future generation that is to come. So imagine having a future generation that is uneducated. What sort of a generation do we have in the future? So us as social workers, you will see that we are focused on helping individuals in the community. So we make it our priority that these people, as they are being moved from one place to another, they are met with the needs that they want. Okay, let's talk about the issues to do with food, nutrition, and drought. It is their right to have food securities, there are droughts. But what do we do as social workers? We are there to link them with the organizations that are able to provide food for them. Let's talk about the issues to do with the food relief programs. Many people out there, they might be starving, but they don't know that it is their right to be accessing all these basic needs. Yes. But us as social workers, we are there to educate the community. And we are linking them with the organizations that are responsible for providing such necessities for their lives. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much, Jasper. It's important to catch them young, watch them grow. You said they're the future of tomorrow. So indeed, it is important for you to stand with these children. We will be back after this short break. Do not go away. Welcome back to the Legal Talk Show, and if you are just joining us, it is not too late. We are commemorating World Social Justice Day, where we are saying it is important for everyone globally to have access to social justice. Now, before the break, we talked to our social worker and our child protection officer, and I'd like to take it up with Honorable, being the voice of the young people. How can young people, particularly young voices, play a part when it comes to formulation of policies that are to do with social justice?
Okay, thank you, ma'am. I would like to take it from here. We, the young people, we are the young blood, and we always say, nothing for us without us.
Yes, yes.
So when we are talking of social justice, especially from a children's perspective, we need to be safe. That's number one. So for us to be safe, we need to stand for ourselves, which is advocacy. That's point number one. So what I'm saying is, as young leaders or young people, we need to voice out our needs, our requirements, so that those people over there, our leaders and our parents, will get to understand what we need for us as children and how we can have social justice. That's number one. Secondly, the young leaders might conduct meaningful dialogues between them and then come up with ideas. You know, young minds bring young ideas. So we believe if we young people come together, we get to know what is happening to us, how are we affected, and how do we handle the situations. So as young leaders, we need to combine ourselves to unite. Lastly, I would like to talk about the issue of capacity building. You know, we expect to be, what can I say, like unique. So for us to be unique, we need to be taught how to be unique. You can't be unique without being taught how to be different from someone. So you need to know the qualities and how to deal with the situations. So we need capacity building, especially we young people, so that we can go in the right path. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. To all those who can assist in what the Honorable has said, I think it's important. Thank you for mentioning that for young people, it's nothing for us without us. I usually say, don't talk about us, talk to us, talk with us.
Yes.
So it's very important for young people to be a part of the conversation, to have a seat at the table when the conversations, the necessary conversations are being done. Now, Jasper, when it comes to the work that social workers do, how do you incorporate a child-centered approach when it comes to addressing issues to do with social justice?
All right, thank you. You find out that us as social workers, as we provide services to people, right? Our main intention is that we effectively address their challenges.
Yes.
Now, as this fine gentleman has said before, that nothing for us without us.
Yes.
So meaning to say, us as social workers, in as much as we want to help or mitigate these problems that are being brought about by the climate change, we also need to know what are the problems that these young ones are facing.
Yes.
So that we can navigate our intervention methods that are effective enough to answer to the problems that they have. Us as social workers, we respect individualism. We are saying that in as much as we have many people, these people, they have their own unique needs.
Yes.
They are in as much as their problem might seem as if they are the same, but what they require or what propels that problem is different from the other. So we are saying that we engage with these young people. We understand active dialogues. We are finding the problems that are bedeviling them, so that we know what suitable way that we can use to address these problems.
Okay.
So we are saying in our service provision process, we also include their voices, because we can formulate processes or policies that affect their lives without them participating in that. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much, Jasper. Mr. Mashingise, you gave us a very comprehensive appreciation of how the system is helping young people. I don't know if you mind sharing a success story of how the system has impacted children's lives, maybe within the Zimbabwean context.
Okay. What I can start with is, it is the community that molds a person.
True.
Children are a product of a society. So you will find that their behaviors, their problems, usually they emanate from the community or the environment that they live in. So coming to the issue of giving an example of how our interventions are actually impacting on children. I'll actually be biased towards children that are in conflict with the law.
Okay.
We had a case of a child who actually committed an offense that was very serious. But the child actually committed the offense after he was provoked by others within the community or within the society. And as a way of responding or addressing the provocation, he ended up beating one of his colleagues to death. And what actually happened immediately after that, the community took the child together to the attention of, in fact, to the police first. And when they were at the police station, they said, we don't want to see this child back with us in the community because of what he has done. Meaning to say, he was being actually, the contact with the parents cut, and with the peers and everyone within the community, because of the decision that the community made against this child. So from the police, he was referred to the Department of Social Development to the attention of the Child Protection Officer. And it was more of balancing between what the community have said and also the need for the child to be rehabilitated, and helping the community to understand the circumstances surrounding the committal of the offense, and also the role that the society or the community has to play to make sure that this is not going to happen again with this child, not only with this child and with other children within the community. So it was, at the same time, we wanted to make sure that the community heals because of the tragedy that they've actually witnessed as a result of the behavior of the child in question. At the same time, also wanted to help the child to get rehabilitated, also to understand that once you are provoked, you don't, solve problems by way of violence, but there's other measures or other means to solve such kind of problems once you meet such in the future. So we took the child to a probation hostel, the one that I've talked about before, where he went through his rehabilitation. At the same time, we engaged the community, for them to understand the circumstances that actually forced the child to commit the alleged offense, and also how best can they help the child to understand that, one, he has made a mistake, secondly, he still remains part and parcel of the community. He needs them, and they also need him. Therefore, they were not supposed to condemn the child to death or bar him from coming back to the community as they had actually made a decision before. So we managed to engage the community. They actually understood everything, and they they actually had to reverse the decision that they made initially. Then the boy was at the institution for the first 3 years, where he was going through rehabilitation, and the fact of removing the boy from the community actually assisted the community to heal. And after 3 years, while he was at the institute, at the training institute, he managed to be enrolled at it for his education, and he actually passed his A-level. And we had to discharge the boy from the training institute because he wanted to go to Institute of Higher Learning,
Okay.
And from that background, and the second time he had to go back to the community, was now a university graduate. And the experience that we took the community through, of explaining to them the importance of accepting the child, and also understanding that the process of social justice toward the child actually assisted the boy. He actually became, from initially the person that they wanted to condemn, he came back as a person that they actually viewed as someone who is very useful to the community because of the achievements that he managed to get through rehabilitation process.
Wonderful, wonderful. Wow. That is a touching story, actually. Thank you so much for the wonderful work that you are doing. Now, as we wrap up our discussion, time is jealous, ne? As we wrap up our discussion, maybe I'll start with you, Honorable. In what ways can you, as young members of Parliament, help in making sure that there is enough knowledge out there when it comes to the social justice system?
Okay. Firstly, I would like to say thank you for that question because I've been waiting for it.
Okay.
So, firstly, we need to conscientize our fellows, like our fellow youth. You know, there's this thing of this amateur generation, like music. We are the social media generation. So only 10 once said, music is the only thing that can unite us together. So I believe if we take use of social media platforms and then we direct the message through music and video plays and other things that can catch attention of other youths, I believe we can get to social justice. And also we need to have youth-led organizations in our communities, in fact, at community level, so that we get to know what, where and when our rights are being infringed and how to deal with it. So that's the other thing. And we need to get access, like to be permitted and to be allowed to link with our senior leaders, especially our senior parliamentarians and other policymakers, so that we get to tell them what is bothering us, what are our troubles, and they have the power to go to parliament and install policies that can favor us. That's my case.
All right, thank you so much. And Mr. Mashingi, say any last words in relation with the commemoration in totality and how people back at home can also be a part of the journey that is in line with making sure that there's social justice for all?
I think we need to conscientize the whole community, Zimbabwean community, on social justice. I want to believe that only a few are aware of this day. Yet social justice is something that is very important. Especially when it comes to everyone in the country, we need to equip our people with that information so that they know the relevance of the day and also the importance of social justice in general amongst our people. I think that's what I can say.
All right, thank you so much, sir. And Jasper, as the voice of the social workers, what advice can you give to other social workers, either those who are in school, those who are already in the works, on how best they can give it their all when it comes to social justice, maybe for children in particular?
All right, thank you so much. I think you have reminded me of my first year at university. There was this lecturer who told us that social work is not just a profession, it's a calling. And by that time, I didn't understand what this person was talking about. So if you want to look into it, most of the time, you are going out of your way. So it's something that you do because you like it, not because of the things that you get. Because you hear that as a social worker, we have pro bono services that we give. We are doing that not expecting any reward in return. So we are saying if we can have that platform in which we are conscientized, as this gentleman has said, that people are made aware of their rights, what to do, that this responsibility does not only lie on those that have professional papers that they have to help people, but even in the community, we have a role to play so that we can change the social structures that we have today, so that we can break the mentality that assistance can only come from the government, can only come from social workers. Even your neighbor can be able to assist the problem that you have. We have to be able to speak out. Maybe in closing, I can say that we have been brought up in a community where they say that not being able to express your emotions is a sign of you being strong. But yet, we also have issues to do with mental illnesses, mental challenges, mental health. It is important. So the more you keep quiet, you don't have a person to talk to, you end up taking measures that are drastic. I think, in closing, that's what I can say.
Thank you so much, gentlemen, for the very thought-provoking and educational session, and how we got to learn that there's more to it than just saying social justice. There's a lot of work that comes with social justice. Thank you once again. And to our lovely viewers, the conversation can still go on our social media platforms, be it experiences that you've gotten with social justice, what you feel needs to be done within the social justice system. We are here to listen, and we are here to learn from you, as you also be learning from us. And do not forget that for all your psychosocial support, you can call 577. It is a toll-free number. Fonera Say What Call Center. Tilipopa kukubatsira. Until next time, bye-bye.